We're live from Fly on the Wall Productions. Always live. Yes, never edited. Real, raw, relevant, relatable, sometimes even possibly responsible. A cloudy day, some snow showers, and I'll tell you right now, depending on where you are, and we're seeing wet roads here in the Granite City, but if you get up into the elevations, the roads are really greasy this morning. So please drive carefully, especially if you're coming into some of those high points on the interstate and back roads, kind of a given here. School vacation for a lot of area kids who are doing God knows what right now, driving their parents crazy. But
sitting on the couch in their pajamas, eating cereal that you hope they don't dump on the couch while they're watching TV. The same annoying show that they watch every day.
Yeah,
has all that music and
Have you guys ever seen
stuff?
Have you guys ever seen the Aliens cartoon? I think it's called Aliens, where the aliens are like, meh, 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 meh.
No.
You ever seen any of that?
No. Have not.
It is fantastic. Paul, I know you'll watch it. Raylene, it'll take me 6 months to convince you.
Send me a link. I might watch it.
You will probably never convince me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, we have so much to talk about. Paul Brody.
Hi.
Raylene Minier.
Good morning.
Jack may be in this morning with some sports, but before we even start.
If he doesn't, I got you covered.
Do you?
I watched the Mets spring training games the last 2 days. I'll talk all about the Mets.
Are you kidding
But only
me?
the Mets.
What? This guy surprises me all the time. Never would have seen that coming.
No.
Did I watch baseball?
Yes.
That's the only sport you would predict I would watch. Wow. Looking at me.
Lori Shepard just sent me a text saying, good morning. Can you give a quick shout out today to the U32 boys hockey? They've got a quarterfinal game tonight versus Burton. The puck drops at 6. U32 is the second seed. Spalding boys basketball opens their playoff run tonight at 7 o'clock versus Lamoille. Lori's going to have the call on cvtsport.net. Spalding is the number 1 seed. And then the Montpelier boys basketball opens their playoff run tonight at 7 o'clock versus Milton. Montpelier has the number 4 seed. And the girls are going to be playing tomorrow night at the auditorium.
They are.
Spalding girls.
8:15.
Whew. It's gonna be noisy up there.
It is.
Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We were supposed to get 6 feet of snow last night,
Ugh.
and we didn't.
Are you shocked?
No.
Well, listen, I have a really good friend who has been going through some serious hell lately. Her parents were away on vacation. Her grandmother passed away. It was unexpected. So she herself was suddenly dealing with all of this stuff by herself as she waited for her parents to get home, and a couple of days got away from her, and she ran out of fuel.
Okay.
And they couldn't bring it last night because they were pulling their trucks off the road to make sure that they were off the road before this storm, this big storm out here.
Okay, what storm?
Right.
It was flurries.
And then they charged her $150 that she had to pay up front for them to come within 24 hours. But today, this morning, they told her they weren't sure if they could make it because of the storm. And they asked her how her roads were and how her driveway was. Are you serious? We live in Vermont. We need heat. This is emergency. And chain up. Buckle up. Hold my beer. Let's go. Are you kidding me?
You shouldn't be drinking the beer before you're driving your delivery truck.
No, but I'm just saying. That's just an expression of, are you kidding me?
I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
JD, let's talk about expressions for a second.
Let's talk about personal
talk about
responsibility
HE
and not being
double hockey
dependent on
sticks.
systems. Let's talk about anarchy. Okay, HE double hockey sticks. Yeah, everyone in the world has heard that. Have you ever watched Full House?
Dude.
You've heard this before. I guarantee you've heard this before.
We're going to go there this morning?
I saw the post.
You and the rest of America
He
apparently
lives
saw
under
the
a
post.
rock. I swear.
You and the rest of the world saw the post.
I'm pretty sure it was like Dave Coulier was saying it on Full House all the time.
Yeah.
Whatever his name, Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
Joey, right? Yeah.
Joey.
Yeah. You didn't watch Full House?
No. Both of you can fuck off.
Nah, I won't. Thanks though.
I'm just saying.
No.
Like, oh my gosh. But can you believe that a fuel truck? Come on.
Yeah.
We may not be able to come out today because of the storm. My grandmother would drive in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Holy HE
Double hockey sticks.
double hockey stick. Is
You,
that
you
a-
understand what it means? Like HE and then 2 hockey sticks.
Yeah.
They look like L's.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get that, right?
That part, Paul. That part I did get. That part I did get.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, Raylene had some. She had some
That
fun
guy again.
at my expense yesterday. So
Well, I
Whatever.
literally sometimes I'm just blown away by stuff that you go,
Yeah,
what?
no.
Or you think it's hysterical when I say it because you think that I'm just being silly and making it up on the fly when it's been something that I've heard my entire
Well, then
life.
use that to your advantage.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
take.
Yes.
Don't tell them. Just
That was
let them walk around thinking that you're the most brilliant person that's ever lived.
all right. So that was the first time that I had ever heard that,
Wow.
and I thought that was hysterical. That she said HE double.
Can we tell him
double
what you were
hockey
doing?
stick.
Can we tell him
Yeah, go
that you
ahead.
were being naughty?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
JD was
I'm a
parked.
mandated reporter. I think the Post said that there was a child in the car,
Yeah.
so don't go too far.
Well, he was
You can't. She's telling the
parked
truth right now, and
in
you
a
can't.
parking
You
lot
can't make this up.
with big signs that said
That guy just wants to be on the show. I
because
think.
of federal law that you couldn't be parked in the parking lot. And then JD got out of his car in this said parking lot and even walked up to the fence and stood there
Yeah.
watching airplanes.
At the airport, Burlington Airport.
Have you ever heard that song?
Yeah.
Watching airplanes.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Just checking.
Yeah. I was in, a kind of a semi-restricted area. There were big signs that were red and black, warning, authorized personnel only, all that kind of stuff.
And in your best judgment, were you at any risk?
I was...
Were you putting anybody else at risk?
No.
Maybe only the Dobermans that were going to come flying out and bite him in the ass.
I wasn't...
That's their job.
I wasn't carrying.
Lucky for them. That's what they do.
I wasn't carrying. Other than just the way I look in general, there's there was nothing about me that was putting anyone at risk. I was with a friend, and we just wanted to, watch a couple airplanes land. What's the big deal with that? Now, I did do this. I did do the exact same thing many years ago, probably 30 years ago, with a friend of mine. Different airport. It was down at Bradley Airport in Connecticut. We just wanted to see some planes landing. But the timing of all that, the decision of going and parking the car right next to the runway, about an hour after we had put the finishing touches on the homemade potato gun that we made, that was in the back seat, not in the trunk, back seat, 100% visible. When the police officer showed up and was like, "What are you guys doing?" We're just watching airplanes. Okay, what's that in the back seat? Oh, that's just a potato gun. I mean, there's no connection here. That's just a potato gun. We had the hairspray there, too, and a bag of potatoes. So
And naturally.
Well, because you just stopped there on your way to the range.
that's it.
where you were going to shoot potatoes, right?
It just was purely coincidental.
Yeah.
That didn't go over
So
too well.
that's why you're not allowed around elementary schools now? So you get the felony arrest or something? Or is that a different story? Why you're not allowed around?
Oh, my God. Listen to him.
One of many.
There's times in life when you've made bad decisions. That was one of mine. I didn't get in trouble or anything, but there were a lot of questions.
Why is it a bad decision then?
Because I got a bag of potatoes and some hairspray and a potato gun, and I'm at the runway.
So?
Bradley Airport.
So what? It's America.
I could shoot an airplane down with one of
Were
those
you going to?
potatoes. No.
Do you have any desire to?
I didn't.
Then why is it a problem?
Well, because
Some guy wearing a badge, no offense to all you people wearing badges, but somebody wearing a badge thought that you potentially could harm somebody.
well,
Because he sees everyone. When you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and he saw you as a nail.
but if you were wearing a badge and you had a uniform on, would you be alarmed by this short fat fucker with
I
the
don't know.
potato
I
gun?
might investigate. But...
Because there's rules.
Well, I guess they didn't arrest you or charge you with anything, so I guess the person did the right thing.
Yeah,
They
no,
They looked at it and said, all right, that's no big deal.
Told
But,
me-
but why is that a problem?
He said he was pissed. He said, just get the hell out of here. Don't come back. Haven't been back since. What do we what do we have to talk about this morning?
Nothing.
What is there not to talk about? I don't know.
It is the final day of the month. Tomorrow's the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Mortgage is due.
Yeah, the dreaded first of the month.
What else do we have? What else do we have? I want to talk with Paul about the
Well,
four
this
agreements
morning
at
is
some
the
point.
chamber breakfast.
Oh my God, that's right.
Oh my God.
When is that happening? Right now?
I believe so. Are you supposed to be there?
No,
If I can go over and sit there, and you can run if you need to. But
no, no. But that's going. What is this? Is this happening right now?
I believe so. Hold on, dear.
And you
I
said
will
this was
look
the
for
Chamber
you.
of Breakfast?
The Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, who
chamber-
cares?
yeah,
I'm
the
more interested in the
Chamber
Chamber
of
of Breakfast.
They put on a monthly breakfast.
And JD is
They do a great
part of the chamber, and
Huh, yeah.
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 Is it happening right now, JD?
Yeah. Is it?
Oh man,
I'm asking you.
you must be missing it.
Well,
Kind of late in the morning for breakfast, isn't it?
no. I think they started
9
at
o'clock.
like 8 or 8:30 or something
All right.
like that.
So the chamber breakfast event. Let's see.
Yeah.
It says Chamber Breakfast Club, and now all I can think of is that song from the movie.
It
Oh, don't sing
today
that.
at
Please don't.
today at 8 a.m. is when that started.
All right. And this is when they get together and they chew on politics and stuff too, right?
It is.
Okay. And
Bagels sound better than politics to chew on.
Yeah.
do we
yeah.
know who the guest speaker is?
Let's.
It's not you, is it?
see.
No, I hope not.
Oh.
Let's see. Breakfast, which is being provided by
La Petite
Gourmet.
Gourmet.
and Waterbury. Senator Ann Watson.
Oh, okay, Ann Watson. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was going to give an update on the current legislative session.
All right.
But,
And they-
whatever.
yeah,
you
they-
had your head in your ass one more time, and
They do this
they're
once a
used
month.
to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're all good. You're all good, honey. It's okay.
What else? What else is happening?
Well,
else is
the
happening?
VFW has Post 790 has a 151 raffle going on. There's only 151 tickets being sold. Tickets are $30 each, and the price includes dinner and covered dishes. March 11th is when that's happening. The start time is 1 p.m. And then let me explain.
Yeah,
How?
poor Paul is over here scratching his bald head, trying to figure out what a 151 raffle is.
Well, a lot of people were. So apparently, and
I was
don't-
actually staring at the camera with my eyes wide, hoping that someone would notice that and go, "What's he looking at me for?" I wasn't paying any attention to the raffle talk.
I don't understand what the what these balls have to do with it, but I don't know.
balls?
Yeah, but the first ball out, whatever that means, is
it's a Calcutta.
yeah, is
So
worth
they're little
little balls.
no ping pong balls.
Oh, yep.
Numbers on it.
Well, the first ball out is worth $30. The 27th ball out is $200. The 77th ball out is worth $500, and the last ball out is worth $1,000.
So the ball has a number on it,
Yes.
and then if you pick the number,
Yeah.
And
if it's
the,
on
if
your
the ball that
ticket, must be
okay, so
right.
the ball associated with the number that you're associated with, if it gets drawn at one of those spots,
Points.
then you get the money associated with the
That's
Exactly.
that place. Okay.
That's exactly it.
Yes.
It's legalized gambling.
As so many things are these days. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Of course. And food and drink that's incorporated into that, and it's a good time. And they do great things over there.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Wow.
get your tickets now, and win money for having the best balls.
Rate-
I don't know.
Win money. She just said,
I
win
heard
money
she said.
for having the best balls. Is that appropriate?
I don't know. You seem to like all of that lately.
What else do we have going
Sunday,
on
your favorite balls were blue balls. Remember?
with the bingo game?
Yes.
Racquetball?
No, we were playing bingo
Oh.
over at the VFW. There's always blue balls with bingo.
Okay.
Right? There's also yellow and white and red. But for some reason, there was extra emphasis put on the blue balls.
Because that kind of humor is a little bit easier. So
Yeah.
you know, someone like you is gonna.
Yeah.
What else is going on with our community
Well,
calendar? Sponsored by the World newspaper, by the way.
Yes. Well, we know that it's election season, so there's all kinds of campaigning going on. The Barry Beat is going to be hosting shows all throughout the week.
Yes.
So we will be having shows all throughout the week, except for tonight,
Okay.
because it's city council.
Bum, bum, bum.
And
Paul, let's
so,
go to city council some night, you and I.
All right. What time is it?
Crack a few beers. And
7:00.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
let's go sometime.
All right. Been planning ahead. I could probably do that.
And so
Can you do that stare down that you're doing right now? Can you do that exact same one right there? Okay.
To who? To them?
To everyone,
Everyone at the same time?
including me.
At
Yeah.
the same time?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Let me practice it.
what's on the agenda tonight?
we went through that yesterday, and I'll have to pull that up.
Don't
it's
pull it
it's
up.
out there. It's on the page. It's on the Barry City, the city page. You can just click on it, go to the agenda, get the link for tonight's meeting, this, that, and the other thing.
All right.
It's all there. I'm not going to go through that again. But go ahead, tell what's going on at Delicate Decadence
I'm
tonight
going
for this
to, but I'm
craft thing.
just distracted because Heather's being inappropriate. She just said he's still trying to cough his down from the dumpster.
He's always snorting and gagging and carrying on, I tell you.
And Chuck is laughing at me, and that's, come on.
Heather has an out loud face, she says.
Yeah,
so
whatever.
I'll stare at people and she's gonna have an out loud face, whatever that means.
Tonight at 6
Sounds like a good
o'clock
combo.
at Delicate Decadence, 6 p.m. is craft night, and this is put on by cvfund.org, Central Vermont Families and Friends United. They do a fantastic job. Matthew Brothers, I don't know when we're going to get him on, but we will, I promise you. He's doing great things, and he's got a whole long laundry list of stuff that he does. The other one to put on your calendar is Saturday, March 18th, the Rock and Roll Oldies Dance that they're going to do at the Bethany Church in Montpelier. The mission of CV Fund to provide social and recreational opportunities for the developmental disabilities community of Central Vermont. They got a big prize, a raffle, potluck dishes, treats. It's going to be a great night. So, again, that's at the Bethany Church on the 18th from 6 to 9.
And don't forget, it is Taco Tuesday, so treat yourself to some tacos over at Gusto's Bar. Taco specials, margarita specials, you know, you get tacos, taco salad, all kinds of great things happening over there. So check it out. Stop in. Taco Tuesday.
I ate tacos for breakfast.
If I would,
You
too.
did?
Yeah.
I love tacos.
I would, too. No matter what is in them. If it's a taco, just tell me taco, and I'm eating it. Yeah.
We haven't forgotten that, Heather. We've been talking about that lots lately, too.
If I were to sit and have a conversation with God, and he were to say, there are two things that you will only have for the rest of your life, pick two.
Peanut butter and tacos.
No,
Oh.
it would be tacos and margaritas.
Oh.
That's it. That's it. I could
So,
survive.
peanut butter isn't so much of a love of yours as it is a compulsion.
No, if you're going to start picking away at my peanut butter addiction, things are going to get heavy real fast here.
All right.
But you have to incorporate Ritz crackers.
Are you going to make it?
If you get the I'll be all
All
right.
right.
If you get the Ritz crackers and the peanut butter combined, there's no stopping. There's no stopping. The train is already en route. Anyway, what else do we have? What else is going on?
Well, as Heather says, and we've been talking about this pretty hard, we the breakfast for Mark Tatro on the 17th.
On the 17th.
Yes, he will be honored there, and we plan to be there. So that's going to be over
At the Elks.
at the Elks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
St. Patty's Day on Friday.
yeah. They're going
17th.
to roast him and talk
then,
great things about him, and then serve him a nice breakfast.
And then the very next day is the breakfast at the VFW.
Good morning, Tim. We were just talking about you and the events going on over there tonight, or the event at 6 p.m.
Yeah, Tim missed it.
So, yeah.
So the VFW's got the breakfast on March 18th from 7 to 11. You just show up, throw them a $10 bill if you're an adult. If you got kids 5 and under, $5, and you're going to go away stuffed.
And then we also should say that tonight at the American Legion, Post 10 is not only their weekly meal, which tonight is teriyaki chicken kebab served over a bed of rice and a dessert. That's $12 dine-in or takeout. And immediately, that starts at 5:30. They love to have you call and make a reservation so that they just have some idea of who they're feeding. 802-479-9058. So you can get a meal, nice meal, and at 6 o'clock is bingo. Everybody loves bingo. So, most people love bingo, right? That's the term to use. A lot of people love bingo.
Many people have been known to appreciate bingo.
I have never in my life played bingo.
I haven't played at a place. I played at my house as a child with my children.
Yeah.
I played on an app for a few days.
Started as a game to pass the time during World War II. Right?
Oh, really?
We posted the history of it last year. Well, we dug it up while we were at the Brittany Burt Memorial Tournament, actually. So, 6 p.m. tonight and every Tuesday night at the American Legion, Post 10 in Barrie is the bingo.
Yes.
If anything lasts long enough, it becomes a gambling method, huh?
Yes.
This is true.
Yes.
Again, our community calendar is brought to you by The World newspaper.
The whole world? Oh, the paper.
The World, yes. And tonight, 6 o'clock, Craft Night at Delicate Decadence, put on by cvfun.org. So, and I don't think there's a charge for that. Just show up and
It's free.
bring your kids and have some fun.
Yeah.
Get out of the cold.
I
Come
just-
indoors.
I'm
Have
clicking the wrong podcast here. I forget what the hell I'm
a
doing.
cup of coffee. Tomorrow morning, Tom Lozon may or may not be with us.
Yep, we'll see how it all sugars off. Yep.
First of the month tomorrow. Paul,
We just had him on the Barrie
What?
Beat Saturday night, and if you haven't watched, you really need to.
That was a warm one.
You really should watch.
This past Saturday night. Pop some popcorn, sit back and watch that one on the Barrie Beat podcast. Do either of you, does anyone know? Very important question. Here we are, right up against the 1st of March. Are or are they not out yet? The Shamrock Shakes. I'm looking, I'm searching, I'm smelling. I have drones in the air. I'm looking for the Shamrock, the ever elusive.
I saw an article saying they were coming back, but I didn't read it because I
I
wasn't.
thought they were, and Tim
They don't
says,
taste good.
Tim says they are.
So I
What
don't
do you
know.
mean
I had,
what do you mean they don't taste
I had
good?
one one time and I didn't care for it.
Oh, Paul, how are we going to be friends?
It's been many years.
How are we going to continue to communicate with each other now? After
Because
you're saying such disrespectful words. To
you
the
have your opinion.
To the Shamrock
I have my
gods.
opinion.
Tim.
Neither of them is accurate or true, so it doesn't matter.
Mine's accurate and true.
To yourself, yeah.
The Shamrock Shake is freaking awesome.
So-
it's minty. It's vanilla. It's
know.
the taste.
I thought-
But it's not
see, I
ice cream.
always said
All right,
it's
what are the ingredients on a
pistachio.
McDonald's milkshake? Do you think there's any ice cream in that? Do you think there's any actual dairy product in that?
I don't know.
I'm asking now. I don't know, but I
Let's
doubt
find
it's.
out.
I don't think it's high. I think it's probably a lot of soy and lecithins and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't have a lot of confidence in that. It don't taste good to me. The McDonald's milkshakes don't taste good.
How could you possibly say that?
Based on my experience, that's my opinion on my
I'm gonna-
experience, my
I'm gonna-
perspective.
He didn't say he doesn't like milkshakes. He said he doesn't like McDonald's.
I
and I didn't
milkshakes.
say
I'm
you
gonna-
shouldn't like them.
I'm saying I'm going to beat him up in the parking
Let's
lot
go.
as soon as
Yeah.
this
All right, you
show
got
is
this thing
over.
mobile. You got a mobile camera. Let's get this thing. Let's
Oh
go.
hell yeah!
Let's
I'll
do
take
this.
my phone right
Let's
out
do
to
this.
the parking lot. We'll do it up.
The Shamrock gods above are
I'll
shaking
fight
their
him for
heads
charity.
at-
Something.
at
My charity,
you.
something.
The Shamrock Shakes are amazing. Lisa Wright.
It's an
and I-
offense to my Irish heritage.
Oh gosh.
Come on, if it's green and it's minty,
My
I'm
grandmother's
about
last
it.
name was McTiernan, so I think I can make that claim there. I don't know if her parents or grandparents came from Ireland, so I can make that claim without
The only
whatever.
thing-
in this crazy world where everybody's looking for reasons to be upset with somebody else.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I
It's not a real milkshake.
You know what?
There's
I
no
wanna
ice
do?
cream in it. You know, even the ice cream in the store isn't real a lot of times. It's
Don't
just
upset me.
premium frozen dessert.
Don't
It doesn't
upset
say
me.
ice cream on the cart. It's in the carton. It's with the ice cream. You think it's gonna be ice cream, but it's not. It's premium frozen dessert.
You're ruining this for me. Don't upset me. You're spoiling my love for this. I have
Mm-hmm.
always fantasized about having a Shamrock Shake with a little bit of cream de menthe in it. I mean, come on.
Why
What's
the
that?
extra? Just
That's
make a cup of
breakfast
hot
right
chocolate. Hot chocolate and cream de menthe is the bomb.
Never had that.
Yeah. I'm just telling
I'm
you
so
right now.
anxious. I'm so anxious for the Shamrock Shakes to come out. If anyone sees anywhere any green anywhere near the Golden Arches, please
Well,
text
Tim
me
Bolton has
immediately.
said his daughter has already gotten them from there, Sophia. So
answering questions.
maybe you should just
Mostly milk. Okay. He says it's mostly milk.
Who says that?
McDonald's Shamrock Shakes made with creamy vanilla soft serve, blended with legendary minty Shamrock Shake syrup and topped with a whipped light cream. The Shamrock Shake is available in small, medium, and large.
I say
Maybe it
large.
is real ice cream. All
I
right.
I say
Let's go
large.
get them.
I say large.
Let's go get them right now.
Paul, don't make me do it. I'm gonna buy you a Shamrock Shake,
it, I'll drink
and I'm
it.
gonna bring it in here.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it.
Yeah. Please do.
Don't make
If
me
it's
do it.
real, if it's real food, I'll eat it.
Who says that? Linda?
Linda.
Linda said that?
Yeah,
Linda
she,
knows what she's talking about, right?
Yes, she does. She always does.
You guys got to
She
vouch
must
for
have
her. I don't
looked
know.
it up on the internet because you can just
Well, you can
look
find
it up
anything you
on
want
their
on the
menu.
internet. Sure.
You can look on their menu where they have to put their ingredients.
Chuck is working on the fact checking as well. I know he
Great.
is because I just know he is.
All right,
So,
team. Let's figure this one out. Let's
anyway,
get to the bottom of this.
I need to have a Shamrock Shake. I can't wait.
I'll have one with you.
As
Sounds
soon-
like you don't have to travel far.
As soon as the taste of the Shamrock Shake goes into the tongue,
Into my cheek.
right to the brain, all right, firing and wiring, it sends a message to me that the snow is melting right now. The grass is growing. Lawnmowers are going to be running. Summertime is fast approaching. Easter is here. The Shamrock Shake is alive.
Because it's never snowed on Easter and buried all the eggs that were buried hidden the night before.
That's never happened.
happens.
It's never
It's
happened.
never. And winter is over. It's a trigger. Winter is over because the Shamrock Shake is in my hand.
So retire the groundhog.
Yeah. The groundhog should have been shot years ago. Just taken out.
And just rely on the shake.
Just go with the shake. Yes. When the shake happens, there are less than 6 weeks of winter left.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Oh, gosh.
new
Sharon
marketing
Woodworth
campaign.
is saying they are mowing already. And you know where Sharon is.
Where is
Sharon's
Sharon?
down
I
in
don't know where Sharon is.
Tennessee.
Oh.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Whatever.
And they're mowing already.
Kiss my ass. Anyway. Are they really mowing?
Yes.
That's whatever.
It's 80 degrees down in Virginia last week.
Jesus. Was really?
And there's 7 feet of snow in California.
My Aunt Marilyn sent a picture of her house. It was all green grass, 77 degrees last Thursday.
I've been saving this for Paul right here.
Oh, thanks.
In my hand. Are you ready?
Oh, goodness.
I'm ready.
Everyone sitting down?
Yeah.
Here we go.
You gonna give me a paper cut or yourself?
There are companies out there working hard to create lab-grown meat. And industry insiders
Claim it's vegan.
suggest the stuff could be served in some restaurants in the United States as early as this year. Scientists and engineers are working to create lab-grown beef steaks and lab-grown chicken breasts as at a more affordable price and without environmental impacts of raising actual animals.
And
Are
I
there
saw
environmental impacts?
I saw an article said that someone was claiming that it could be considered vegan or vegetarian. I don't remember which one. But remember this: you are what you eat.
Ooh.
It's not environmental, but so basically they're in a lab creating more cancer. Is my opinion.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Processed food leads to cancer, and this sounds about as processed as you can get. But
And of course they're working with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. So there.
oh, well, there's a trustworthy source if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, yes.
So we don't have to worry about it.
Nah, you don't have to worry about a thing. All those fake sugars that they've been saying, yeah, diet soda is better for you. I don't know if the FDA said that or not, but they approved it all, and now that's all causing cancer for everybody. Everybody's dying of fake sugars.
The U.S. Food
Counterfeit
and Drug
stuff. Can't get something for nothing. The law of the harvest. You have to work for things.
This is what's coming, guys, and it'll be here fast if it isn't already.
Because everybody gave up on whatever. All right,
Because
I'm not gonna
became dependent on
everything.
Yeah. When my great-grandmother lived to be 105 for a reason.
Yeah.
She cooked in lard. She grew her own vegetables.
She ate fat. It satiated her hunger, and she didn't eat carbohydrates all day.
Yeah, I mean, she would eat a pound of bacon and then cook in it later. Whatever she was going to eat for supper, she fried
and
up
then wash
in
herself
with the
with
potatoes
it because she used the lard to make her soap.
Yeah, it's very
And
true.
her candles.
Right.
Very true.
Everything was lard.
Have either of you seen the Magic Pill?
No.
It's fantastic.
Is that the one that's got a little magnet in it and you make it bounce around in the cup?
No, the documentary about food, the Magic Pill.
I believe it, I think.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is already calling this, and I'm quoting here, cultivated meat product.
You see there's a discussion on whether or not plant-based milks can be called milk.
Yes.
That's
I
ridiculous.
Did see that. But they allowed them to call it. They said they could continue
It's
calling
like an
them
offense.
milk.
It's an
but-
offense to the dairy farmers. Who's offended by this? The cows? The goats? The humans? I looked it up when I was listening to someone discussing that. I looked up what the
it's
definition
kinda like
of milk
the
is.
same
It's a
as
white
calling-
substance coming out of a human.
It's kind
Or,
of
I mean,
like
a mammal. So it's like it's mammal juice is what milk is. And so, but why? So are mammals who produce milk, are they offended that almond water? It's almond water. So
no,
almond
it's
milk
false
is 95%
advertising
water.
though,
Why is it false? Milk is a term. I don't know.
because maple syrup, the shit you get in the store is not maple syrup. Aunt
No,
Jemima is not maple
It's
syrup.
not Aunt Jemima anymore. It's Pearl Milling Company.
Whatever she is.
Get it right.
Fucking drink
Aunt
something is
Jemima.
what it is.
Aunt Jemima is not real syrup. It's
No, it's
not
not corn
syrup.
syrup.
It's right. And so they're just saying you can call it milk, but you have to make sure that it's titled what kind of milk it is
Do people
on the
think
thing.
that?
Not
Do people think that
milk.
almond milk is somehow related to cows? Are these the same people
No.
who think that brown cows give chocolate
That's
milk?
the point. But it needs to say almond milk.
Don't
It
they?
can't just say milk.
Such a ridiculous thing to be.
Yeah. It has to say what it is.
I took your bell
So
to the
you don't
digital world.
is not. It can't just say milk. You have to clearly label it to say what kind it is. Because of allergies and stuff.
Jeez. Okay. All right. Well, that's legit.
It is legit. It's very legit.
I mean, allergies are legit, but still.
I know somebody who had a very allergic reaction to something because
they bought almond milk thinking it was dairy?
No, not almond milk, but it was a kind of milk, but they had a very allergic reaction because they have a horrible allergy to coconut.
Okay.
And so
it didn't say, but they didn't read the ingredients?
No.
It didn't say coconut
because
on
you're
it.
picking up a half gallon of thing. No, it literally just said milk.
All right, look. When I worked at Subway years ago, 150 years ago, it was the first Subway, and we served Joe Biden and his friends, because he's old, and it was in Delaware. That's where I worked at Subway 150 years ago. And there was a woman that came in. I wanted to exaggerate it so that no one can attach it to this person. But I don't know. Good luck. Maybe she's listening. Maybe she'll be upset. I don't care. But
slander.
She would come into the Subway and she would get real upset if we didn't take extreme measures to protect her son from the seafood salad that we had because he was allergic to it. Mm-hmm. And so we had to do all these things and I'm thinking it's a sandwich. If your son can die from something that we're serving here, do not walk in this door.
Go.
That's your responsibility. It's your personal responsibility. There's nothing in this restaurant that is so good that is worth risking your child's life. Mm-hmm. If you have an allergy that can kill you or your child, then you got to be on top of that. You got to read the ingredients. Mm-hmm. That's your responsibility in your life.
I'm not going to go through
maybe
this.
it's not fair, but
no,
it's your
I'm not going to go through the
responsibility.
store and read every ingredient I want in the store. If I go to the cooler and something says milk on it, I want to grab it and know that I'm getting a thing of milk. If it says coconut milk on the label, on the clear label, and not just milk, then I know that I can't have that, and it shouldn't be in with the milk anyways.
They didn't put coconut into the dairy milk, though, right?
No,
when you buy dairy
No,
milk,
they didn't label their fucking thing that said they sold a carton of coconut milk, and it only said milk on the carton.
Okay. So then look at the.
They got it from the coconut cows.
It just said milk. It just said milk.
It just said milk, and that's all they're saying is you have
and
to
nobody
clearly.
was interested enough to. All right.
They got it from the coconut cows.
But that's what they're saying. But if I walk into a store,
I'm not buying something that just says milk and I don't know what's in it. I think there's got to be a level of personal responsibility.
every time you go to the store and you get a gallon of milk, but right now you go to you're going to go to Price Chopper right now, and you're going to go in and you're going to grab a thing of milk.
Yeah, and it's in the same container because they do this. It's branded. I don't know.
Right. But what does it say on it? It says milk.
Milk.
Yeah. And so did this. That's what I'm saying. So did this. That's all it said. Is milk.
I gotta see this.
Milk of what?
Right.
And it was in the same coolers.
Well,
and that's literally all it said was
Milk of camel?
This is the most absurd thing to be discussing.
Because it just is stupid. I don't understand. I'm sorry, but if I go in the store every fucking week and get my milk, and then all of a sudden every container says milk, I'm not going to go in there and every week have to make sure that my milk no longer says that it's something else.
If you have an allergy that can
doesn't
kill
make
you,
sense.
then it's your responsibility.
Oh my God, you're too far out there when it comes to that.
I don't care.
That's like you're fucking nuts.
You're
out of your mind.
I'm at peace.
Yeah, you're out of your mind. I'm not going to go to the store every week and have to read everything I have that I've been buying all my life.
You can trust what you
some
hear. Then
moron.
Trust every authoritative source. Trust them. Trust them that they're going to have your best interest. They want to sell you a product. They don't care what happens to you. They want to sell you their product. All of them. This is what all of them do. The politicians do it. The doctors do it. The food manufacturers do it.
They
The
at least
FDAs
have to
do
write
it.
on the container what it is.
They don't have to. All right. This
For
is a good
me,
one.
Just like they have to write maple syrup. If they're going to write Vermont maple syrup, it has to be Vermont maple syrup.
Did you know that you can buy something that says vegan? Vegan means no meat, no animal products, right?
And
you can buy something that says vegan and it says natural flavors in the ingredients. And what's in those natural flavors? Beef. Mm-hmm. That's allowed by the FDA.
Let me tell you.
How are you going to trust the FDA when they're doing this kind of stuff to you?
All you have to tell me
Oh my gosh.
is that it's a shamrock shake.
Oh my.
I don't need to hear anything. I don't care what's in there. I don't
That's
give
how
a
they get you.
shit.
That's how they get you.
It's a shamrock shake. It's a
false
shamrock.
advertising.
Put some
I
drain
agree.
cleaner in there. I don't care if it's a shamrock shake. Then I'm drinking it. I don't need to know what's.
God bless America.
They didn't say they couldn't sell it anymore. They just said you had to be clear. so that people knew what the hell they were drinking.
Don't drink anything you don't know what it is. I think that's basic
Yeah.
common sense.
What do you mean,
good
God
advice
bless
for life.
America? There's Shamrock Shakes all over the world, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
They're
God bless
everywhere.
America is my, my satire statement. Sarcasm.
Oh, somebody's
Yes.
got to bring you Shamrock Shakes.
Who? Who's
Tim
bringing them?
Bolton. He's going to bring you next Tuesday.
Oh, you guys are killing
Mine too.
me.
He's going to see you next Tuesday.
Sorry. The Supreme Court is going to hear arguments
He
today
said yes.
on two challenges to the Biden administration's student loan forgiveness plan. The challenges involve a lawsuit brought by 6 states and a separate lawsuit by 2 students with student loan debt who wouldn't benefit from all of the provisions. Yeah. More than 40 million borrowers are eligible for some debt forgiveness. 53% of the borrowers owe less than $20,000. So that's going on in the news today.
Tim, I've seen that question asked more than once, Tim.
What's that?
People that already paid off their loans. They want to know if they can.
Oh, I've seen that one too. If I've already paid my loan back, can I get reimbursed?
Any money.
And if not, why? What if I miss the deadline by 1 day? That 1 day is going to cost me $50,000?
It could.
You have any student loan debt?
Oh, I got a lot.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No shit. You're going to die with that
Still?
debt?
Absolutely.
You are going to die
Yeah.
with that debt.
Yeah, I'm on an income-based repayment. I borrowed $72,000 between bachelor's and master's degrees, and then when I went into repayment, I just started at the clinic, and we don't get paid anything up there, and so I called them up because they wanted $800 a month. I said I can't pay $800 a month. I'm making not that much, or whatever. I don't know. Was it like $38,000 was
That's
my
more
salary?
than people's
That
mortgages.
was with the insurance, whatever they had. So the base salary was $32,000. They gave us another $6,000 because they didn't offer a decent health plan. So they gave us $6,000 that we could take as money to put to help us out. So it was $38,000 was my salary. So I don't know what that comes out to, but $800 a month was not affordable. So I called the Fed loan people, and they put me on income-based repayment. I did the application thing for that, and I was paying $118. No, at first I think it was $0 a month was my payment. And I said, at $0 a month, I will never pay this off. And she said, that's okay. After 25 years in your loan, and if you make faithful payments, then after 25 years, it's forgiven. I said, okay. So $0 a month is a payment. She said, yeah. And I said, all right, whatever. Sign me up. So I made $0 a month payments automatically deducted from my bank account, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Amazing.
For a couple of years, and then I had $100, and then it was $0 again, and it was $118, and so my current payment I think is $118 a month, but it's been it's been off for the last 3 years. I'm not going to pay it. I can't afford to.
Wow.
I mean, I guess I can afford $100 a month, but I don't want to if I don't have to pay it, so I'm not paying it. But in the time that I've had these, so I borrowed $72,000, and I'm with my income-based repayment plan, I'm up to $86,000 now with interest over the last since 2014.
Oh my God!
So I pay. I don't like my balance goes up year to year, even when I'm paying the income-based repayment plan of $100 a month, my total balance still goes up by the end of the year.
Wow.
You're owing
So
more.
right, and so at least the way things were standing last time I looked at this all, at 25 years of faithful payments, then you get your debt forgiven, but the amount gets reported to the IRS as income, so then it's taxable under income tax. So let's say in another 15 years, I don't know what my balance is going to be, but let's say it's $100,000, and so then I'll get $100,000 forgiven in the student loan debt. But then it's going to be reported to the IRS, and the IRS is going to want 30% of that.
Oh
so now I'm going to, instead of
God.
owing Fed loan $100,000, I'm going to owe the IRS $30,000 on top of whatever else I own for the year. So that's my understanding.
Plus
how
interest
it's
and
been.
penalties because you
Well, I'll have to
probably
put
go
I'll
on
have
a
to put it
payment
on a
plan
payment
for
plan
that
because I
too.
won't have $30,000 to pay, so I'll go on a payment plan.
What a
And
mess.
then, So
The initial plan canceled up to
Good
$10,000 in federal
So that would take out my interest. Yeah, it was. I made a very, very bad decision to take out student loans. That was a bad choice.
Not as bad as
Holy shit.
having a potato gun in the back seat of your car.
I don't know. You got yelled
airport.
at.
You got away.
You got
with it.
yelled
You
at and
still
went
got
home.
all kinds of debt.
I got $90,000 in debt.
And now,
That's gonna be there for a while.
do they report that to your credit report and stuff? Does it hinder what you're trying to do
I'm
in
making
life?
faithful payments. $0
No,
a
but
month.
does it show as the balance on your credit report?
I don't know. I don't ever look at that. It messed up. It delayed us in getting a mortgage.
It did?
Because,
Seriously?
Because I had it was for some reason it was I guess it is on the report. 'Cause for some reason it was in there as like eight different disbursements instead of it was all the same servicer for the loan, but it looked like it was a whole bunch of different loans. And so that it made I don't know, somehow it messed up some of the numbers in the mortgage people's eyes. And so I had to get it consolidated first, which wasn't a big deal. So like once I got it consolidated, then I was able to get the mortgage.
Right, then it was easier. I just know that Vermont is one of the few states that they can't report medical stuff to your credit report anymore. They can't do that anymore. They used to, but they can't anymore because it's considered a hardship, not a financial issue. And you would think that education would be the same.
Well, the United States is how far in debt
Yeah.
as a country.
Yeah.
So why am I worried?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're giving fake money. I mean, if they're going to do loan forgiveness, they're just making that number up. They're just taking it off. None of this is real money. There's no foundation to any of this. It took us off the gold standard. There's no backing. I mean, constitutional money was gold and silver.
That's
It
right.
was unconstitutional for Abraham Lincoln to make paper notes. That was unconstitutional. But he was the greatest president.
I wonder when we're going to have a chip that's put in our skin that we can scan to pay.
They already
I
have
already
it.
have one.
It already exists.
I was gonna
Well,
say,
we
you
don't
probably
have them,
already
but they do exist.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
No, they exist.
Have you ever seen that clip? It's like from like 10 years ago now. It's a while ago. There was a company, I don't know where it was, some in the Midwest. They had this company that was trialing it. It's a little thing. It's the size of a grain of rice, and they pop it underneath the skin in between your thumb and your forefinger.
Yeah, people
and,
do them with their kids.
Yeah,
When
they got
they're
them for dogs and
born,
stuff
when
too.
they're
They got
little,
tracking
so that
those.
in case
Oh,
they
yeah.
get lost or stolen or whatever.
Yeah, but they had it connected to their cards and stuff like that. So people that worked at this place, so they were trialing this, they would use it. It was their key to get in. They waved their hand by the scanner and opened the door, and they had a cafeteria where they could wave their hand in front of a sensor. It was like the things with the pay thing when you got your keychain or whatever, you can wave it on the thing. It was like that, but it's in
Could
your
you
skin.
get a bagel and some orange juice on
Yeah.
that too?
Yeah, absolutely. This is linked to your bank account.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Chuck says
There's-
yes, it was in the COVID vaccination.
Yeah, that was the theory. I don't know. I don't think that yeah.
Could slip that
That's a
through
pretty
in
small
needle.
one. It's a pretty small one. It's that.
No,
It's
no.
amazing. It's amazing.
There's a guy, I saw an article a couple months ago. A guy got his keychain or his key, whatever. I guess it's just the chip that in these smart keys in your car. Like for our van, it's got one of those. It's got the fob that you just push the button.
Yeah.
And it has to be
Yep.
in proximity. So I guess he took whatever that chip is, whatever mechanism it is, and he had it embedded in his hand or in his arm or something like that as his his car key, because he loved his car so much. That was why he did it. But I thought that was pretty convenient.
I want to have my car keys, my actual car keys, embedded in my hand. So
Like
that-
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Your pinky turns into a key. And you can,
So I can't
Oh my
lose.
gosh.
I know.
shit.
That's what. Yeah.
What is this whole thing with the Stanford prison experiment? What's going on? What
I
is
just
this
heard
about?
yesterday on a podcast that apparently people are questioning.
What is this
what's the
Stanford?
word I'm thinking of?
What's the Stanford
So
prison?
Stanford is a university, right?
Yeah.
You know that much?
Connecticut.
Okay. No, it's California.
All right, another one.
And Philip Zimbardo is a psychologist.
Yeah.
Turn the camera on yourself for that. JD's doing things over there. So Phil Zimbardo.
Go ahead.
Phil Zimbardo is a psychologist, and in I think it was 1978. I don't remember now. He did an experiment at the university where it was grant funded by the U.S. Navy, and they were looking. I forget what the purpose of it was, but it's been so many years now. Essentially, they got participants in, and they broke them up into two groups: prisoners and prison guards.
Okay.
And the prison guards, they gave them a little uniform. They had like sunglasses and a hat and a whistle or something, whatever, to make them look like guards. And then the prisoners they gave them like some kind of like, it was like a pillowcase frock kind of thing or something. And so they put them into 2 groups, randomly assigned, and the idea was for 2 weeks they set up a prison in the basement of the psychology building.
This is for real.
This is for real, and so they were paid participants. They were getting like $5 or whatever for 2 weeks participation in this thing. And they lived there as a prisoner or as a guard, randomly assigned. And so they had some of the offices turned into prisons. They put like, I don't know if they put bars on the window or something, but they made it look like a prison. And then so they watched, and they were just supposed to observe and see what happened to these people over the course of 2 weeks. And after they shut it down after 6 days, I think. Within 24 hours or 48 hours, somebody was having a breakdown, and it got sent out. And so so the report has been all these years that that people given an assignment will assume the role of what they expect that assignment to be or whatever. So like these guys were told you're prison guards, they acted like prison guards, they became really abusive. And the prisoners, being told you're prisoners, they acted very submissive and afraid. And it's just but it just completely fell apart. And so it's been this huge case study in psychology. It's in all the textbooks and stuff. My first intro psych textbook was, one of the authors was Zimbardo. He's the guy behind the study. So there's a lot in it about that. And I thought this was a fascinating study, but apparently now we're finding out, or somebody's making claims. I haven't looked into it too much yet, but they're making claims that, and this was a couple of years ago, I just hadn't heard about it, that they'd actually coached because they were saying that they didn't tell the prison guards how to act, they didn't tell the prisoners how to act, but apparently now they're saying that they were coached. And the guys were just playing.
Ooh.
But there's been movies about it. Zimbardo wrote a book called The Lucifer Effect, which is a great book because he was called in to consult with the Abu Ghraib in Iraq, the army prison where terrible things were happening, and he was called in to be I think on the defense and saying so the Department of Defense said that Abu Ghraib said there was a few bad apples.
Yeah.
And Zimbardo's claim, based on his Stanford research, his Stanford prison experiment research, he's saying that it's not a few bad apples, it's the barrel. If you have a bad barrel that the apples are in, then the apples are going to go bad. So if, like in the case of the Army prison, if you have a situation where it's not human, then people are going to act not human.
Oh, he's getting out the book.
Oh, no.
So I don't know. So it's interesting though that all these years we've been going off of this experiment, drawing conclusions on it, but it might not actually be accurate.
When did
the same thing happened with Kitty Genovese, which was a big one for the bystander effect. She was in New York, I think it was 1962 or 64. This guy attacked her in the street, and she got away from him, and he chased her, and he attacked her several times. And when people were nearby, they'd say something or yell or something like that, and then she'd get away from him, but he eventually tracked her down and killed her. And so there's all this talk about why didn't anybody intervene, and then so for years people were going on that saying nobody did anything. What's wrong with people? Why didn't anybody help? And that's the way they reported it in the textbooks and stuff. But that wasn't true. People had intervened. People heard her screaming, went out in the street and said what's going on or whatever. But and people think someone could have called the cops. Well, back then there was no 911, so you got to look up the 7-digit phone number for the local
Mabel's
police.
got to dial for you.
Yeah, exactly. And get the switchboard over, and then the cops got to be where they probably don't have them as frequent as they do now in New York City, whatever. So, but sometimes with these stories get reported, but not with a lot of truth in them, or they miss out. They're missing some key components, and then the story gets used for years and years and years, and we're all drawing these conclusions off it and stuff, and then it comes out later on. I guess we weren't right.
When did the whistle start blowing on this?
On what? On Zimbardo?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I just heard on a podcast yesterday that had nothing to do with any of this stuff. It was just punk rock music stuff, and then so I looked it up, and the first article I saw was 2018. It was a reporter was calling it into question. So it's been a few years.
That's amazing.
That's pretty interesting.
So we're going to be hearing more stuff on this?
No, probably not, because it's old.
All right.
I mean, it's probably only interesting to people who are interested by it.
Before we sneak out, of here, I was hoping that we could just kind of chip away a little bit at the 4 agreements.
Yeah.
The one that I want to talk about this morning so much is don't take things personally. But let's start at number 1. Let's stay in in order here. First of all, folks, if you have not read this book,
I still have not read it.
which I have read a portion of, but not all of, you need to at least buy the damn thing.
But you've skimmed it.
Why? Why are you promoting this book?
I love the basic messages in it.
You've had it explained to you enough that you say I like the message of this book,
right?
Because I mean, if you haven't read the book, why are you promoting it?
Because he spot reads. It is crazy. I have never in my life.
Thank you.
He will literally just open it, read like a few paragraphs, close it, and then a couple days later he might go 12 more pages deep, read a little bit of it. That's how he does everything.
There's one in my backpack. If I have any time alone in my car, I will try to stay awake long enough to read something.
And then we have, he does the same thing with text messages, which pisses me off. We have some pretty significant, like, pissing me off situations because I will send him 2 or 3 texts. He may read the entirety of the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Totally has no fucking clue what the first one was.
She's 100% right.
Maybe he gets the last 2 words of the last text, and then 3 days later will say to me, do you know if da-da-da-da-da? And I'm like, I just told you that. No, you didn't. He says no, but he'll pick you, send him a text. I see him do it. He'll sit over there and he'll go, yep. Yep. There, he read your text. He only got 3 words of it, but he read it.
Chuck's agreeing with you.
That's how he reads the book.
Yeah. Chuck's on your
But the
side.
parts that he read were impactful.
So, Paul,
tell
us about the first agreement here.
Be impeccable with your word. So impeccable.
Be impeccable with your word.
Impeccable means be without error. So you in the Toltec approach, you create your world through your words.
So, was Raylene just impeccable with her word?
I don't know. It's up to her to decide.
Oh, okay.
I can't decide that for anybody.
All right.
But you create your world with your words, so you got to be careful with the words that you use.
I agree with that.
That's tough.
Because you never know what your last word's going to be.
Ooh.
Well, we're also concerned about people's reactions to our word. You know, in this environment, you know, obviously people get so angry. You can be canceled. You can lose your job. You can be slandered and whatever, blasphemed around the internet, and everybody, you know, you lose everything because somebody doesn't like what you said.
Sure.
But I don't agree with that. I think that's terrible evil that people are doing with that, because don't take things personally. But so there's a fear that we have, there's a socially created fear that we have to be careful with our words when we should just be truthful with our words. And the problem is when society is going to punish you for being truthful. And truthful can just be your opinion. And opinions can't hurt anybody. So you should be free to say whatever your opinion is.
Do you believe, or what are your thoughts that can words leave regret? Like, I mean, you probably know why I'm asking this, but, when somebody...
You're asking me or JD?
Is you. When somebody's really pissing you off, you're kind of at your end of your rope.
When you are pissing yourself off because of what somebody's doing.
Yes.
When you're taking it personally.
And things are super hard. Well, when somebody does something to me.
When somebody does something and then you take it personally.
Then it's personally. Listen, if somebody knocks me in the face, I take that pretty damn personally.
Okay. Well, you're going to feel pain, yes. But it doesn't have to have emotional. It doesn't.
Okay, we're not going to go there. Never mind.
That's fine.
Let's go.
Prepared. It's okay.
Let's go. Never mind, because I can't do this today. I fucking hate people so much right now. I can't even breathe. I can't do it, especially because we only have like a couple minutes because I gotta go.
Yeah, I know you do.
Oh my God.
This is all right. You don't want to get into it, otherwise I would.
We
okay.
can't.
Yeah. No. I mean, we're just. I think.
I'd love to explore this further, but maybe not on air.
I think
that will probably be a good idea.
I think be impeccable with your word. I think we just highlighted. I think that's. I don't think we need to go any deeper than that. Just be honest and true to yourself. With what comes out of your mouth. Make sure that you are saying how you really, not how others feel, but how you.
Moments can make you feel certain ways, and then you say things that you can't take back. That's all I'm saying.
Well, through our experience, we perceive things according to our experience, and then we have emotional reactions to things. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes we get conditioned and domesticated into our emotional reactions, taking control over us. Our bodies take control over our minds, and we get caught into routines and patterns that we don't want to be part of.
Sure.
And we think that things are happening to us when everything's happening for us, but we just don't see it that way because we haven't been trained to. But when you can train yourself into being still and recognizing that nothing's personal, nothing external can affect me. And Jesus said, "You can kill my body, but you can't hurt my spirit." And that's that's a belief. That's my belief. It's a belief I've adopted that I'm an eternal being. We're all eternal beings. God is the source of life. We are all God. We're all the source of life. We have life within us. We're divine intelligence, and that can't be harmed. The physical body can be tortured and destroyed, but the divine intelligence can't be. And that's just a belief. That's a theory. I can't prove that. And it's based on all kinds of things that I've experienced, and other people have similar thoughts and beliefs and philosophies and theories, but none of us know. But if you take that approach and you play it out, you can't be harmed. And then there's only peace. No matter what's going on around you. Yeah, if someone punches me in the face, it's going to hurt. Doesn't mean I don't have to suffer from it, though. I'm probably not going to like it. And that's okay. But I don't have to take it personally. That's my choice. I have complete control over that. Not in every moment because I haven't practiced enough yet.
It's like these guys that get in the cage up at the Battle in Barrie. These MMA fighters. How could you punch someone? And how I could never be punched without taking it personally. But these guys are up there. They're trained to do this.
Right, because they know it's not personal. But it's the game.
But I would be like that was personal.
Yeah, but if you went through the training, if you practiced,
still would be personal.
Yeah. Well, all right. That's your choice. That's the point, though. It's all our choice. We just we haven't been instructed in that. But again, this is just my opinion, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off. I don't know.
But off?
Yeah,
Rocker?
Wrong. Yeah, maybe. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Good for you.
This is the way I live. It's peaceful. What is that? What is it? Why?
It's my whistle.
A whistle.
It's not a whistle. That is not a whistle.
It's my whistle.
That is not a whistle.
Lori Shepard gave it to me.
Thanks, Lori. It's not a whistle. Oh, I kind of sounded like a whistle there, but first it was sounding like a fire alarm.
Do you know why? They have these? Why the coaches had these whistles?
Instead of whistles.
Because the ref running up and down the court is getting out of breath and he can't blow through the thing anymore.
No, because they had to wear their masks.
Oh my gosh!
That's why.
For real.
God bless America. See, that's where I say God bless America. Those kind of statements, that kind of thing. The masks that were so helpful.
Yes.
Read the research. Check it out. Trust the science on the masks. Did they make a difference?
Because
did you see the lab leak theory? Now they're looking at that as though it's accurate.
Because, Paul, of the masks, we now have a new company that started, the Junction Whistleblowers.
Good for us. Good for everybody.
God bless America. Thank you both for being here. Love you, pal.
Yeah.
Thank you. Is milk really real? What is milk?
Stop it.